Twilight's Nightmare, Chapter 18, Part 2. Not that long later, Star returned and was almost at the kitchen.
Pinky!
Rainbow's annoyed voice made Star stop.
Uh-huh.
Pinky answered, and by the sound of it, she was bouncing around the room. The strange sounds that she made still made Star's eyes twitch at the impossibility of it.
Darling, I think what Rainbow is trying to express is that some pony clearly went through the trouble of preparing a personalized meal plan for each of us. And you ate all of it.
Rainbow grumbled.
Oh, but it looks so tasty! All that work for nothing.
Star's heart fell.
One time Princess Cadence has enjoyed your cooking.
Gray interjected into Star's gloomy thoughts.
One time, your mother looked silly eating your hay burgers.
Gray continued, and Star laughing, remembering it.
Okay, so not a complete waste of time.
Uncle Shiny leaned around the corner. Hey, good morning. He was then cut off by Star's teleport hug.
Morning, Uncle Sleepy Shiny,
she said. Shining smiled and ruffled her mane as he returned the hug. Not every pony has your youthful energy. Do you know where Auntie Cadence is? Star struggled playfully.
Oh, she's helping Mommy stop being all shiny.
Pink then filled her vision.
Oh, don't be silly. He's shiny. Your Mommy's all sparkly.
Star jumped before recovering. Her eyes narrowed and she stumped her little hoof.
And you're a meanie pants who ate every pony's food. Oh, but it was so tasty.
Pinky pleaded with puppy eyes and a quivering lip. Star's expression shifted to thoughtful.
Are you a fool that some pony used an age spell on?
She asked, entirely serious. Rainbow's laughter exploded from inside the kitchen.
Pinky's just Pinky, Sugar Cube,
Applejack said, coming round the corner.
4 seconds until your mother comes around the corner.
Forewarned by Gray, Star looked down the corridor.
Mom!
She said before launching into another teleport hug. Twilight laughed and wrapped both wings around her.
Oh, so how have you been, my little star?
She asked, leaning down and nuzzling her. Star had to admit the hugs felt much warmer with the pretty crystal gone.
Fine. I got a lot of work done on my pets. The only bad thing was that Pinky ate all the food that I made for every pony else.
Fluttershy looked at Star with interest at the mention of pets.
That mare.
Twilight growled almost inaudibly.
Then we'll just have to eat out. My treat.
Cadence spoke from slightly behind Twilight. Walking outside without the Notice Me Not spell made Star want to hide. However, she didn't, and she would be brave.
Mommy's right here. And so is Auntie Cadence.
She thought, taking comfort in the alicorns looking after her. She teleported, sheltering on her mother's back.
Uncle Shiny seemed like he would try to protect me, but like me, he's only a unicorn.
Star waved and smiled at every pony, showing that she was nice, but not many were paying attention to her. Nearly all eyes were on Twilight. It seemed like every pony in town wanted to personally greet her mother, and they were all glad to see her, all overjoyed that she was still alive.
Mommy's the best. Who wouldn't be happy that she's still alive?
She thought, trying not to think about the bad ponies. As their progress was slower, Star teleported away. Her goal was to do some of the food shopping for the next few days. Arriving in the shop in a burst of magic, she set straight to work, lifting her intended purchases in her aura.
Hello, can I have these, please?
The merchant jumped at her sudden appearance, and just looked at her, stunned.
Okay, here are the bits. Thank you, bye.
She said, and then in another burst of light, she was gone.
This is so much easier when I don't need to hide,
she thought, putting away her new purchases in her pocket. Blinking back to the group, she caught the end of a conversation. Just how powerful is she? Shining asked.
About twice as powerful as I was, before these.
Her mother waved her wings, then glanced at Star, smiling. Her mother's friends were giving her a strange look, and she was unsure whether to feel proud or hide. Another teleport, and Star was on her mother's back. Definitely part of the family, then, Shining said with a goofy grin.
And what can you do that's that awesome, then?
Rainbow asked with a wink. Not much, just put a shield over all of Canterlot for days, Shining answered.
And what's the
Pinky started.
We don't want to spoil breakfast, now do we, darling?
Rarity interrupted. Cadence gave a grateful nod to Rarity. Pinky looked at Rarity with deadly seriousness.
This is brunch, silly.
Rainbow groaned.
Maybe for you.
She muttered. As the group approached and their destination became clear to the ponies around them, a commotion started up ahead. Star watched as the restaurant staff fussed and ran around like mad. They clearly had not expected such a group to descend upon their establishment. 2 princesses, maybe 3 if she counted as one, a prince, the element of harmony, and the others. All the staff directed them to their seats, while 3 new ponies joined them. Applebloom, Sweetie Belle, and Scootaloo. The younger ponies were all to be seated together, but Star teleported to claim the seat that also put her beside her mother before any pony else could.
You can teleport?
Sweetie asked, and Star nodded.
It's easy. Can you teach me?
Sweetie enthused. Star looked at her.
Do you know what your magic is aspected with?
Sweetie's face looked blank.
What? To be able to teleport, you need to be able to cast astral aspected magic.
Star helpfully explained.
Oh. Can I?
Sweetie still sounded confused. Little Star straightened her pose and got ready to start a magic lesson. However, she didn't get that far before being cut off.
Enough magic talk. Why do you look like a smaller Twilight?
Scootaloo declared.
She's my mom.
Star said, sitting taller with pride.
You sure you're not some sort of clone here to take her place?
Scootaloo leaned in, only to be pushed back by Sweetie Belle's aura.
I don't think...
Star started.
So, if Twilight's your mother, then who's your father?
Sweetie Belle chimed in.
Father?
Star said, thinking.
Who is my father?
She didn't know. Star's expression started to turn sad, her eyes beginning to shimmer slightly.
So, how did you get your cutie mark?
Applebloom asked, quickly changing the subject. Star looked at her flank.
I have always had it.
She shrugged, still sounding a little bit hollow.
How is that fair?
Scootaloo mumbled. Star thought that she sounded very much like Rainbow.
So, you don't got a cutie mark story?
Applebloom asked. Star shook her head.
No.
Applebloom piped up with excitement.
Do you know what this means? Us 3 started the Cutie Mark Crusaders to discover our marks. Now that we have them, we're going around helping ponies find theirs. Or we can help ponies that are in need of advice about what their mark means.
Sweetie added.
Can you help me?
Star's voice was small. She had no father. She didn't know how she got her mark. It just felt like she was hollow, deep inside, empty and yearning to be filled.
Sure can,
Applebloom said.
So, what are you good at?
Scootaloo asked.
Magic?
Star asked, hesitantly. She could feel something building in her wellspring.
My special talent is magic.
Star said with pride, pushing her chest out. She grinned as the fact that home slid into her mind. Unbidden words came to her.
My name is Little Star, and my special talent is magic. I'm going to prove that there is no such thing as bad magic.
A strange ripple of magic emanated from both Cadence and her mother. It was odd, she didn't feel it in her horn, and it was like her entire body vibrated. Star looked up from her food, now ignoring the banter between the other ponies.
Did I cause that? No, that... it came from them,
she thought. Cadence's eyes were wide and looking straight at Twilight. Quickly, she schooled her expression back to normal.
Welcome to a little of the truth.
Twilight said so quietly that no pony else seemed to react. Her mother's lips didn't even seem to move.
You really wanted to?
Cadence asked. Now Star was paying attention, and she could sense the air magic being used to make the sound. It was almost entirely concealed by the strengths of their wellsprings. Twilight nodded the slightest amount. Cadence looked at Star with just the smallest motion of her eyes.
You can hear us?
She said, for only the 3 of them to hear. Star copied her mother's stealth nod.
This is just like being in a spy comic,
she thought. It only took her moments to work out how to duplicate their method of talking.
What was that spell?
She asked, near silently. Cadence raised an eyebrow, and it was enough to get Shining's attention. Her mother gave her that special proud smile Star loved seeing so much, draping a wing around her in a one-winged hug.
Something I will teach you once you have your wings, my little Star. A new spell?
Star's mind exclaimed. It was not just any new spell, it was a super secret alicorn spell. Speaking again at normal volume, her mother asked.
So, have you been making new friends?
Star looked at the 3 ponies that she had been talking to.
Maybe?
She said to her mother.
Would you like to be friends?
She asked the Crusaders. A mix of loud positive responses blended together, and Star smiled.
I have more friends.
Star thought.
Can we go play?
She asked.
Do you have your helmet?
Her mother asked. In a flash of magic, said item was upon her head.
That's cool. Not as cool as Rainbow Dash, but still cool.
Scootaloo said. Twilight looked around her friends, Star watching the responses of the older ponies.
Be careful and make sure you're all home before dark.
Rarity said. Star nodded.
Will do. Bye, every pony.
She said with a cheer. She lit her horn, and in a flash of magic, Star and her 3 new friends were gone. Star lost the rest of the day spending time with her new friends. She was told teleporting was cheating when playing tag, and apparently so was using shields or turning invisible. Star was really gonna have to teach Sweetie Belle more spells so that they could play magic tag. She found out how much fun could be had with creative uses of the Come to Life spell. Unfortunately, she also found out how hard it was to get things back under control when you follow the CMC's suggestions on what instructions to give them. Now, she had added a new scroll to her collection containing a long list of things not to do with that spell. First on the list is anything the CMC suggests will be fun. Her last lesson was how hard it was to wash tree sap out of your coat. That was not a fun lesson. On her way home, she very carefully avoided the crowd petitioning the mayor to ban her favorite spell within Ponyville. She smiled at the ink drawing she hand-created of all 4 of them smiling in a group hug, every pony's name signed along the bottom.
Today was a great day,
she thought, her aura opening the door to the Crystal Tree Castle. Well, that was an incredibly enjoyable adventure that we went on with Star. I'll stop that right now and give a very special thank you to my magical donators. Top donator, Dash of Evergreen, Peter Coldhard, Dospo, Runescythe 9852, Courier Crew CI, Delta Omega, Rhiny Dragonwolf, Gaggy, Secret Moon, Tall Rasha, The Toilet Snake, Soul Dragon, Starlight Glimmer, Squiddy Boy, David D. Sanchez, Trey, Jack Britton, Joe Piercy, Alex F., Rainbow Dash, James Dalton, and Teal K. Anderson. Thank you all very much for watching this video, and live life to the fullest.